So I had this weird experience the other night, and I thought I would share it here with you guys because it made me ask a different question with regards to the Bigfoot and wildman phenomenon.
Uncovered by that, when I sharpened the focus in my eyes, I could see that was not the case. I was looking into the face of this creature.
They didn't expect to see somebody out here wearing a cap and holding a big tripod, taking pictures or video footage, and so just by staying still, not one of them saw me. Hi guys, welcome back to the 401 Files. It's an absolute pleasure, as I always say, to bring each and every one of you back here with me. I put up a post on the community tab a few days ago, basically asking what you guys thought of the videos that I'm posting to the channel. And it seems quite obvious to me that a lot of you are screaming out for the longer type videos. Now the longer type videos, 20-30 minutes plus, are videos that I was doing in the start of this channel anyway. So for some reason, I kind of got derailed. Maybe it was because I became a bit of a perfectionist and tried to edit these videos down to make it more polished. And in doing so, only give me like a 15-minute video. So I'm going to go back, and today I'm going to try and do what I started doing in the start of this channel, which is making 20-30 minute videos. So this one might not be as polished as the others. I will aim for that standard of quality whenever I make a video, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But this is going to be a longer video, it's going to be an overnight camp, and it's going to be something that I think you guys will really appreciate, so stay tuned. We're heading out to North Yorkshire's, or one of North Yorkshire's hotspots again, a place that's steeped in stories of strangeness regarding wild men, UFOs, ghosts, anything like that. This is a place that has many of those reports coming from. So we're going to head out. Hopefully you guys will stay tuned to the end. If you haven't already subscribed, give it a thumbs up, you know the drill, hit the bell icon, etc. I'll see you when we get there.
I don't like the idea of being a skeptic. Not that I don't think you should be skeptical of certain things, I certainly think you should be, but there's a lot of people that brand themselves as skeptics, and I think it's a lazy way to look at things. I really do. Because I think you're just looking for the holes in things without looking at it objectively. If you wanted to be a scientist, if you wanted to be someone who is a fan of science, then you have to look at it as a thing. Like, look at this information and let's study this without any bias, any preconceived notions. I don't think they're doing that.
So the plan, guys, is to push into this wood line. It's going to be the same forest that we've been into before over the last few videos. However, this video is going to be different, as this will be the first of the overnight camps. So I'm always a bit anxious when it's me on my own in the woods, and I'm always what's the word, a bit apprehensive. Maybe as well not helped by the fact that I've left it a little bit late before heading out, so I'm not sure how much longer of light we've got left, or quality light, because I did intend on filming most of this using my phone, and when it starts to get dusk, the iPhone, for as good as it is in the day, isn't the best in low light. So this is my train of thought. Get the tent thrown up, get some firewood prepped, and then I've got the rest of the night then to head out and chat to you guys and film. So, but I need to get them two things done first, tent and firewood. Should be a great night. So I've just finished up processing the wood. That's the hard bit out of the way now. It's the bit that I always hate doing. I never look forward to getting to a camp and starting to split and process wood, but it needs to be done if I want a fire to last throughout the night. So hopefully I've got a lot of this stuff split and stacked up, ready to go. And whenever I venture out, come back to the camp, it's always nice to see that little glow. It's always a bit of comfort for me. And yeah, maybe it's something to do with the Neanderthal DNA that we all carry. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, the hard bit's out of the way now. I can concentrate on talking to you guys and shooting this video. So now that I'm all set up, I've got the tent up and I've just spent a good half an hour chopping wood there. So hopefully now I should have enough to keep me going throughout the night. One thing I do like to do, and I know that a lot of you guys watching this channel enjoy watching me do this, but it's something I've always done, regardless of where I go. Whenever it's a creepy place, it could be a church, could be a forest, regardless of where I am, I always like to venture away from camp and just take 10 minutes, 20 minutes absorbing the atmosphere and the surroundings around me. And the reason I do that is because I always feel like if I just go into a place, pitch up my tent, sit around the fire, you've kind of thrown yourself straight in the deep end and you're not really familiar with the surroundings or the atmosphere of that place. And so for me, what I do is I venture away in the dark, I sit against a tree. You've seen me do this on previous videos, some of my older videos for definite. And I'll just sit there for 10, 20 minutes and soak everything in, all the different sounds, smells, the way the forest feels. Because I think that we have a really strong connection to places like this and a strong sense when something's not quite right. And so when I'm sat on the fire later on after doing that and I hear a noise, I'll probably then think, I know what that is. It's a deer or it's a fox. I don't know how much of me you can see. Let me show my torch. But can you hear that? Wow, it's a good job I know what the hell that is, because I would be shitting my pants right now had I not come across that sound before. It's a female fox, a vixen. If you're not familiar with these sounds, then it's definitely something that you want to familiarise yourself with, because if you do come into these places, it's very easy to be spooked. When 9 times out of 10, it's nothing other than the wildlife living in this area. So yeah, we're going to venture out tonight when it gets dark. We're going to sit there and we're going to talk and we're going to absorb everything that this place has to offer. So as I was just finishing up talking to you guys on that last little scene there where I was talking about sitting out in the dark for a 10-20 minute period, absorbing all the different sounds and atmosphere within the forest, it never occurred to me before, but as soon as I pressed stop on the video, I just started to think that could quite easily work in the opposite way. Like if I'm sat there really still and quiet, something that frequents in these forests quite often, or something that patrols through these forests on a night, could easily stumble across me as well without ever knowing I was there. And that's something to think about. Definitely gave me the chills when I thought about it, because I thought I was doing something to reassure myself, something to give me some kind of reassurance that I'll be all right once I've absorbed all these different sounds and noises. But the flip side to that coin is that something else could also stumble across me with me being sat so still and quiet, and would never know that I was there. Now, how would I react in that situation? I guess it's one of those where until you're in that situation, you never really know. I'd like to think that I'd sit there really still and quiet in the hopes that this thing just passes by, but who knows? Who knows?
Everybody's like, you're crazy. But then as time has gone on and these videos have come out that have shown these crafts and shown them with that Tic Tac craft that was off of San Diego that was blocking their tracking devices, and then went from 60,000 feet to 0 feet above sea level in less than a second. They have no idea what the fuck it is. They have no idea what it's doing. And the guys down there in San Diego who are in the military were saying, we're seeing them all the time. We see them every couple weeks. They don't know what they are. They think they're docking with something under the water sometimes. These are rock solid soldiers. I mean, these are Air Force pilots. These are like the cream of the crop of American military. They're not bullshit artists.
So something that I've just been thinking about and thought I would share with you guys, it's just blown my mind a little bit, is the way the human brain works, like the way we sometimes show bias to one phenomenon over another phenomenon, even though they both share the same similarities. Like, for example, big cat sightings. Here in the UK, hundreds of people every year report seeing big cats that shouldn't be native to the UK, and yet people claim they've seen them roaming free in the English countryside. No one's ever brought a big cat in, no one's ever proved it. It's just hearsay. People have taken long distance photos, usually blurry, and like I said, took pictures of big prints, big cat prints. But again, like, the same thing happens with the wild man sightings or the extraterrestrial sightings that people have every year in the UK. People do take long distance photos. Yes, they're sometimes blurry. Some people take pictures of prints. So why is it that we believe more in favour of the wildcat sightings than when someone comes forward and says they saw this weird entity or this weird extraterrestrial type being? Why is that? It's simple. It's because we're familiar with what a wildcat looks like. And so we choose to go in favour of what we're already familiar with. It's our safe zone. But it doesn't make it any more right. It doesn't make it any more correct or believable. For example, in science, even though we know something is... common sense is suggesting that something is a certain way, we don't just stop there. We don't put our pen down and say, yep, it's just common sense. It's obvious that that's the way it is. We don't work like that in science. What we think is, I know that that's how it appears, but we need to keep going and keep testing and trialing this until we can no longer disprove it. And that's how it should be with these certain phenomenon, such as the wildcats and the wild man or the extraterrestrial sightings. Both share exactly the same similarities. They've never been proven. People do see them in hundreds every year. But yeah, we favour one over the other just because common sense suggests that that's the way it is. It's not the way to think. I've got a question for you guys, and I want you to comment below in the comments box. And I want to see some conversations going between you all. I want to see you throwing some ideas around, some suggestions, theories. And the question is this. We often talk about extraterrestrials out there in the universe. What I want to know is, how many of you guys believe that they're already here? How many of you guys already believe that extraterrestrials are living amongst us, and that maybe many more than just one species? Maybe there's many different races and this has been going on for a while. Do you believe that some of these abduction claims where women have had eggs taken and men have had sperm taken is some kind of interbreeding program? Some kind of a way for extraterrestrials to live in harmony with humans? Do you believe they're walking the streets and we could pass them and never know the difference? Let me know what you guys think. Are they already here? Comment below. So it's just becoming dusk inside the wood there, and I thought I'd push out because there's lots of nice warm colours coming through the trees as the sun goes down. What an amazing place to be. I mean, look at where I am. Lots of nice warm colours being cast on all these trees and the grass as well, so it's absolutely beautiful to be out here. I've always said this on my channel, is that some people like to document their life through words in a journal. Some people like to do photography and take pictures of their life or where they've been, what they've experienced. For me, my YouTube channel has always been about keeping a visual diary, a visual journal. Something that my kids can look back on when they get older and say, wow, look at some of these places that my dad went. And not just that, for me as well, like to look back and have a glimpse back in time at some of the stages I've been at throughout my life. Like when I look at certain videos, I think, wow, I was really in a bad place. Or sometimes I think things were good at that point. And to me, that's what my YouTube channel is all about. It's a visual diary, a place for me to document things that happened in my life and look back on whenever I need that little pick-me-up, or whenever I need to just look at how far I've come. On top of that, I love sharing it with you guys as well. So this is what it's all about for me. Okay guys, so the time is now 10 o'clock at night. The sun has gone down about an hour ago, but it is still quite light outside the wood. However, inside you can tell now it's getting really dark. I'm just going to take a little venture out, kill a bit of time. There's a beautiful little tree structure there, right in front of me. See if I can get that on the camera for you guys. But yeah, I'm just going to go and mooch around for a little bit and, like I've said before, just take everything in and talk to you guys. I'm not that worried yet, I'm not that scared. Like I said, when I look up through the canopy, I can still see that it's quite light. It's just inside the wood that's really dark at the minute. It's only going to get darker and darker as the night goes on, so... That was scary. Pigeon just flew out of the top of the trees. Made a bit of a disturbance. It's always the worst when they get a bit skitty right as you're on them. Makes you jump. So there are many reasons why I get out and do these types of camps, these wild camps or wild camping trips to places like this, and that's because I'm a big fan of wild camping. I've done it for many, many years. Even long before I started talking about these things. I was wild camping before that in my army days. I was spending many nights out in the woods, in bivy bags laid on the floor, and I always enjoyed it. And the paranormal and weird things have always been a big part of my life as well, so tying the two together for me is a win-win situation. So it's not always easy to find people that think like that or enjoy the two put together, but for me, I love the feeling of being scared. I love the feeling of the unknown. When something blows your mind and you all sit there going, oh my God, that's crazy. I love that. Them moments are some of my best moments. Like, the feeling I get is great. I love it. So again, getting out, talking about those things while camping is a win-win situation. Tree structures. So for any of you that are new to this channel or new to these videos, like I say to a lot of my subscribers, I don't necessarily believe in everything I talk about, so please don't think that I'm some kind of tinfoil hat wearing lunatic. However, my job or my role on this channel is to get out and investigate some of the claims that people put forward. And one of the things that people say, some of these tree snappages can be used as directional markers by these wild men. Some people believe that weird formations of trees, when they've snapped and fallen in these peculiar formations, are also linked in with these cryptid sightings. So yeah. 5 o'clock in the morning. Had a great night's sleep. Had the funniest of dreams. Funny enough about me wild camping as a kid with some of my good friends. It's hilarious. At one point I think I woke up and caught myself laughing. And then I wake up to this beautiful sunrise. Where else would you rather be? Absolutely beautiful. Last night went well. I never really heard or saw anything untoward, and I slept from the minute lying down, my eyes closed, and that was me. I was out, so I wasn't disturbed until rising again this morning. So that is the end of night 1 in secret location area A, or area 1 I think we've been calling this area. I'll be back out again in the next few nights to do night 2. Then we've got night 3 to contend with, and then we're going to wrap this area up and move on to the next area. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. As I always say, please do subscribe, share the content on this channel. That always pushes me along in getting higher in the rankings with the YouTube algorithm, which is always much appreciated. Take care of yourself, guys. Look after yourself. Look after somebody else if you can, if you're in a position to do so. And until next time, stay safe. I'll see you on the next one.